What's happening, everybody? It's Eric from the MMG. Welcome to our channel. Today I get the privilege of showing you a first early look at Business Heroes Street Grub. I do want to mention this is an early version of the game, and this is also a sponsored version because I've been working with the developers. They've been very responsive, which I love, fixing little issues I've had and listening to my suggestions, and I think it's going to really make this game great. So let me break down what this game is about, and let me show you why you should add it to your wish list and play the demo right now. Let's get down to it. We're going to start right here in the main menu. You see there is a tutorial. I do recommend you do it. There's a career mode, which is what I've been playing mostly because I like to work my way through career modes. There's a sandbox, which would be a great place to experiment and try new things. There's the challenge mode, and then there's actually some coming soon. Business lessons, challenge, and then multiplayer. I don't know how multiplayer work, but I could be very interested in that. I do want to mention this is coming July the 22nd, so not too far away. Make sure you get yourself ready, and like I said, add it to your wish list so you don't miss out on this one. Let's dive into what career mode looks like right now. Alright, so when you get started, this game's pretty far random, day 508, just for reference. I've been experimenting a lot and playing around with the game a lot, and so this is not the most glorious path. I expect you all to be much further along on day 508 than I am, but I've been trying different things, and just like I said, there's a lot of stuff you can customize. There's pricing, there's ingredients, there's different burger shops that you can have. You know, you start out from the bottom. Let's take a look at that real quick, and I'll show you how all that goes. So there is these districts too. As you can see there, right here on the map is 7 districts that you can run your business in right now. And so you're going to start out in the playground district, which is right here. And you're going to start out with a bike cart, which is the very first cart in the game. And I've actually sold, or I upgraded actually my bike cart. So I don't have it anymore because you don't make much profit off of it. Even at the top end, you're not going to be making a lot. And so that's where a lot of the grind for the game, just getting started and figuring stuff out is. And so eventually you're going to want to upgrade that. So what happens is the upgrade path here, when you click on vehicle, you're going to see there is an upgrade path for your vehicles. And right now, my vehicle that started as a bike is now the level 3, the mini burger trailer. Now, since then, I haven't been upgrading it necessarily. I've been buying new because I wanted to keep these out there to keep making money because they were actually making pretty decent profit. So as you can see down here, my profit margin for this one, the operating income for this particular site. And if you look here, I'll go to my next site. We have the actual Burger Master Shack here, which is my latest location. So it's doing fairly well. We're selling a lot. Operating income is not so high on these. There's a couple reasons for that. Number one is the very first shop you have, you're running yourself. So you don't have to pay a manager to run it. And so I am paying people to run all my other shops. So you'll notice the operating income is not as high. And that's the reason behind it. Because see, here's this employee. So I have him maxed out to level 6. She's getting a daily average salary, and I'll give her a bonus occasionally. Her happiness is at 100%, which is awesome. I don't think you can actually go over 100, so honestly, I should probably lower this back down so it's not really costing me so much. If we're talking profit, right? So if we maybe we won't be a jerk and we'll give her 25% bonus, right? But then that's how I would set that. And then we'll go to my next employee. This is my newest employee, actually. I forgot about this. I brought in Logan, and we did max him out, but his happiness isn't there because like I said, he's the newest employee. And for Logan in this particular location, there's certain places that like certain types of vehicles and things will sell better. So I actually started him out here in the hot dog trailer or the mini burger trailer, and he is doing fairly well here in Central Park, to be honest. So there are park locations. You can see there's different locations, different customers that's going to come to each location. So you have to kind of customize not only your selling station, but also your product. And so if we get up here to product, you'll see my ingredient is different because they're all targeting certain people. So out here in Park Central, you have a lot of environmentalists, and so this burger is specialized for them. And if I go to my next stand here, which is right up here in the Glam and Hip Street, this is specialized for these particular people that come in here and buy. And so let me show you what that looks like real quick, because I'm going to show you my process that I use to find the specialized or the perfect burger for each class. Here's how I did it for the environmentalist. All right, I've got the base for 60 burgers, and this is going to include one of everything for now. That should be good enough to test to try to figure out. And you may not get it. It could require some trial. It depends on how many customers come. There's a bunch of different factors. So this is definitely a thing that's going to take at least a couple days, and could take longer, to be honest. But we have a good start here. Next thing I want to do is I want to look at the truck. You want to train up your people a little bit, especially if you have the money. You don't want them to be terrible at their job. So we're going to train up Logan here to make him a little bit better. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the vehicle and what specs it has. So right now, this one comes with a music channel and a fridge master. We know they like organic vegetables. We're going to go ahead and buy that upgrade for the trailer. And another one I like to do is something to improve the appeal of the trailer. And so you can add like, oh, we know they like customized sauce. Let's add it in there. You can do customize, use softest buns, which adds plus 25 in food quality and appearance. There's a couple different things here. We can also be patient and wait, which is what I'm going to do because I only have one upgrade slot left. And sometimes the customers will give you feedback that they're looking for something. So that's what we're going to do. Now let's roll through some customers here. Let's get the day going. Everything else is set to auto, so if I hit play, we should be good. And we're going to keep things here on the medium speed so we can watch for customer feedback. Now this does get a little bit complicated. I'm going to pause it real quick. I'm going to change this to be just here at Central Park. That way we're not getting all the other feedbacks, because this can get pretty filled up if you're not paying attention. So we're going to turn off all these, and then we're just going to mark there for Park Central. That's where we're at, and then we're going to wait. So we're going to hit play again. We're going to let some customers roll in. If you notice, I didn't show you this, but I didn't change the price. So I left everything cheap. That's fine. Since we're testing, we want to make sure that's not being your effector. So right here, we got our first feedback. Not enough patty. We're going to pause it. So the recipe that they want, and you can see right here, it's for the environmentalists. They want another patty at least. So let's add another patty. We're going to hit play again. And we'll see what happens here. Too much cheese. Wow. So they only have one cheese on there, and they're saying that's too much. Okay, we're going to pause. We're going to remove the cheese. Oh, who wants a hamburger without cheese? Come on. All right, hit play again. See what we got. Not enough tomatoes. So they want another tomato. We're going to add a tomato in. Too much sauce. They don't want any sauce. Wow. Okay. Remove that sauce. Not enough lettuce. They want another lettuce. We're going to add another lettuce in. There we go. We nailed it. So that was actually pretty easy for nailing that perfect recipe. That wasn't too bad at all. Being able to kind of specialize and just look at it. We got it. It's only 2 p.m. We found the perfect recipe, which is excellent. So now we know what the perfect hamburger is for the environmentalist. All right, now let's get back to the main portion of the game. Click on the zone, and then you'll see the people that are coming in here. This is the influencer, and this bright little symbol here means I have found the perfect recipe for them. So far I've done it for these 5 classes. Starting out with the students, then I moved on to the parents, then I went for the staff, then we have the influencers. We just got the environmentalists too. We still have foodies I haven't isolated yet, tourists, fit ones, and managers. I still have not specialized their recipe yet. So ideally what you would do if you have a big enough audience, maybe you'd start up another stand and then specialize that burger for them. So hopefully those people in this area would come there to buy that burger, for instance, because when they come to this one, they don't typically like it because it's not specialized for them. So you're going to do all that, and then on top of all that, there's money, which there's a great breakdown here, gives you all your statistics, but you can also do individual money per cart, because the different people that I just talked about all have different economical statuses. So some are willing to pay a lot more money for a hamburger, like right here, they're willing to pay $6.99. I've taken time and adjusted these and kind of specialized to get it to where I wanted. You can also click this survey once a day, which will show you where it's at for that, and I'll just do it just to show you what it looks like. And you can see, so my group of students think this is very expensive at $6.99, but I'm not targeting them. Remember, I think I'm targeting influencers right here, and they feel $6.99 is normal, which is good for me. And so I try to find that sweet point of profit while making the most profit, but not, by selling the most burgers as well. It's a little trick that you kind of play, and you just adjust prices. Pop doesn't change too much other than your primary target. So here I could actually raise influencers, or very happy with 105. So I could probably make it like 115 easy, maybe a little bit higher. And so you just kind of got to play with that, because you want to sell pop with every burger, because you get a little bit of side income, and the margin is so high on it, it's really, you don't want to lose sales over, 5 cents, if that makes sense. So this is all things you have to play with. There's a whole ordering system here, and this all depends on how much the recipe is for the burgers, and they have it laid out really nice where it shows you down here your in stock and your plan with your order, and then how much you have in your current recipe. And then once eventually you get this unlocked in the skill tree, the inventory calculator, you can just auto do this. So now I have everybody set up on auto for all I think 5 of my locations now. Let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of my locations now. So all I have to do is hit play, and it auto orders for every station for that day. And now if I go from stand to stand, you'll see they all have numbers, and I've specialized these numbers. You'll see they're a little different because certain stands have more people coming going in and out of them, and so they need more product. And so I've got pretty much all these tuned at this point, and now I'm just saving up money to buy my next stand, which is going to target one of these other locations. You also have goals down here that you're going to follow. This is kind of based off the main storyline or structure of the game, and you get a little bit of money when you complete this one. The one I'm working on now is 85% gross profit, which is hard to do. So this would be much easier if I only had one wagon and I don't have all these, because since I have wagons in places where people don't make a lot of money, I'm not making a bunch of profit off of them. But you can see I'm edging up. I'm at 76.9% right now, 77 now. And so really this wouldn't be hard to complete if I just shut down one of my lower profit stations to hit this goal and get it. And you can see there's lots of different goals you can achieve down here through all these, and you work your way through all this in the story. There's a marketing side here if you want to bring in more customers. I don't normally do a lot of marketing myself, but I have occasionally used it, and you can see there's different statuses for them. So these that are -5, I probably would want to market to bring up the opinion of my station there. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to do that, but news, this happens occasionally throughout the day, or at the end of the day, or when you start a new day is when it actually happens. And it's just a random event. Right now there's nothing active, but there is good and bad news, and it can totally affect your stations. We had a salmonella outbreak, so nobody was buying any of our products, any locations. But you also get events that target certain locations, like say tourism is down. So any tourists that you have coming in, they're not gonna be as many. So you're not gonna sell as many burgers there. So you do have to be careful, watch out for all the news and when it pops in. All right, let's look at what the end of a day summary looks like. All right, when your day ends, you get a nice summary of what happened. You can see the least profitable stand, the most negative feedback, expensive burgers here, and you can kind of adjust that as you want. You see overall we did pretty well. Best drink sold, best burger sold today too. We had a good day for us. Overall customer satisfaction 56.1. which we'll take as our best. All right, now let's take a look at the research tree. I'm going to show you everything that it has to offer. All right, so looking at this skill tree, you can see there's a bunch of stuff to unlock. You're constantly unlocking things, though, and it just progresses. These are all the upgrades I was showing you, the different people you can sell to. As you progress through this, you unlock more locations, more people to sell to, and more ways to sell to them. All right, and that wraps up our quick look of Business Hero Street Grub. I really like this little indie management game. I've been having a lot of fun with it. If you're into games, it's not a clicker game necessarily, but it's to the point where once you get it set, it takes some time setting prices, finding the perfect recipe, all that stuff. Once you get all that figured out, though, you can set everything to auto and you can move on to the next station, which I like. So you're still profiting off of it. All the work that you did you're still making all that money, but then you can move on to your next challenge and to go for it. And that's what I like about this game. It is fun to do, and then the rewards keep piling in. And early in the game, I was really struggling to make any kind of money. It was like day to day at some points. And so I like the fact that now I have enough money where I can kind of experiment. All right, everybody, thanks for checking out Business Hero Street Grub with me. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and subscribe for more great content. Have yourself a great day.